Hello kids, I'm Hawk, Mike Hawk. You have been brought here because we believe Eric Thomas is being accused of betraying the United States of America. But he says he's actually an English teacher at your school. You're here to prove his innocence. I'm going to ask you a series of questions that only real AP students will be able to answer. Let's begin. What is the name of your class?
AP English, Literature, and Composition.
Okay, very well. You didn't miss that. Now, what did you read throughout the year?
We will read texts that answer questions about the human condition, and these texts can come in different forms. It could be poems, short stories, and novels. We read Brave New World, The Things They Carried. We also read The Great Gatsby.
So, did you really read all of the stories? Tell me a little bit about them.
We read about 50 pages per week.
Well, the difference between reading in this class and others is that in others you just read what the words mean, and that's all you need to think about. But in this way you need to go deeper and find the meaning that lies behind the words.
And what was your favorite book?
Dale.
My favorite piece of literature in this class was Brave New World.
The piece of literature that I liked the most of this class was The Things They Carried.
With Mr. Thomas, we learned that analyzing a piece of literature means that you have to break down the large pieces of the work into smaller and more comprehensible pieces, and understand what each piece how each piece works.
Mr. Thomas claimed that he taught you how to write Waterhouse statements. Is it true? And if so, tell me, what is a Waterhouse statement?
Basically, a what-said statement consists of the response to the question. You have to be very specific. In the how statement, you will give the reasons or supporting ideas of how you of why you think that.
Cut the crap and stop the nonsense. What are literary devices?
Literary devices are tools that boost the words about the literal meaning alone, and they make them express ideas greater than that. Some examples of literary devices can be...
Makes Mr. Thomas happy? And what makes Mr. Thomas angry?
Okay, take 11. Mr. Thomas becomes very happy when we have active participation in class and are very engaging when we're discussing a new text or a new story. He also seems to enjoy when we turn in on our own work on time and in an orderly fashion. And as far as making him angry, I honestly have no idea what makes him angry. I have never seen him angry.
As everybody else, his ups and downs, but overall his pros outweigh his cons.
So I really want to know if you can change something about Mr. Thomas to improve. What would it be?
For example, when giving him many essays or paperwork which he has to grade, he confuses a lot.
I guess the way to describe Mr. Thomas's grading is no nonsense, because he really doesn't take any shit from anyone, and he gives a grade that he thinks he deserves, and that's it. You have to.
How has your understanding of literature has changed since you started this course?
So basically, my understanding of literature has improved. Read them more fluidly, understand their hidden meaning.
I think before I took this class, I thought of literature as just stories and fiction to entertain you and have a good time. But like Felipe said, now I see beyond the story, I see beyond the words, and I think now I can find a deeper meaning in the things that I read, and I guess that has enlightened me a little bit.
And what is your favorite thing about this class? Also, I would like to know, and for you to explain me how is the AP exam.
Part of the AP exam consists of a multiple choice part, which is about multiple choice section of the AP exam. Is a really good way to test students if they really learn how to read literature as a professor, as one of the books that we read said.
What are the three questions of the essay like? And what are the individual questions asking you to do? And also, tell me the similarities and difference between them.
Well, the AP exam has 3 essay questions. One is a prose, one is a poem, and the other one is sort of a free response. The prose question gives you a passage from any text and asks you to answer a specific question suggesting specific literary devices. The second one gives you a poem and asks you again to answer a specific question with specific literary devices.
Question is about, it's really a free response question about that lets you choose your own, the story that you think best fits the question being asked.
And what is one thing that you will take away from this class?
Okay, so basically what I will take away from this class is the text that I read. I think that they taught me something. I think that they made me more conscious of the things that drive human beings. Also, I will take away all the reading skills and all the writing skills that it helped me develop throughout the year. And well, I think that it has well improved a lot of my English, and that's it.
Kids, after all this nonsense and all these questions that I made you, it is clear that Mr. Thomas is your AP Literature and Composition teacher.